Hey guys, Sergeant Speakman, Earth Walker Primitive. It's hot. Like I said on my post on Facebook, it's been a while since I've done an earth walk, and I'm getting out here today and doing pretty much my first earth walk of the summer season here, 2013, and been walking for about an hour. I walked from my house to this park and wildlife reserve that we have nearby. I've never been to it, so it's a new area. And as you can see, it runs right along the river here, and there's boats and people out there enjoying the heat and the sun. And then back here, there's two big trails that go through a pretty good chunk. This river actually bends pretty wide, and this whole entire inside of the bend of the river is pretty much a park and a preserve. So we're gonna be back here today. Like I said, it's about an hour and a half walk from my house, and it's hot. I just brought a little day pack. I just got my tripod there, and mostly just got water and my usual EDC kit and fire kit and whatnot, extra water. It did rain a little bit on the way here, so I did throw a raincoat on top of my kit, but I really don't plan on using that. I just brought that just in case. I did bring a tarp and or a poncho and my ridgeline for shelter, just in case I really need to get out of some heavy rain or something. But I'm just gonna head down the trail here and see what we can find. Alright, so I'm in this new area. Like I said, I never been in this area before. And I got myself to where I wanted to start my actual, going out and running around and doing whatever. And because it's a new area, I want the plan. We talk about planning and how that's, one of the best ways to keep yourself from getting lost and stuck in a situation. And now I'm very familiar with this area, but I mean, as far as the roads and, topographically, just where I am, I know if I can go X amount of miles in any direction from here, I know I'll run into something. I'll know what I'll be running into. But this particular, couple mile square area, I've never been in before. Now, I looked at a map. I looked at the Google Maps. I use a Google Map and whatnot, and it did have the trails on it and whatnot, but, you gotta take those for what they are worth. They're maps on the internet. A lot of the trails and stuff aren't verified. They just go off of what they can notice on the satellites, and also what parks will send up. But I just wanted to, anyway, kind of mumbling, but I wanted to go over a little bit of what I did to ensure that I wouldn't get lost. And I'll show you that here on the ground. Okay, the area that I am in Pennsylvania is park that I am traveling through. It follows a river, and if you look at the map, I look at the map, I see this river comes completely straight and it arches a big, huge bend, and then it goes this way. All right, so a big prominent bend. Okay, now I hiked from my house up down a road, main road, and came up here, and the main road crosses the river, comes over here, and there's a little tiny park here. There's an on and off ramp actually for the river. That main highway keeps on traveling this way. Pretty much cuts that whole entire area off. From this park, there's two trails. One that cuts across this way, which is what I'm on now, and I'm pretty much dead center in the middle. And then there's one that runs along the river. And my whole intent today was to explore this whole area and go out and find what I wanted to, or what I could. And it's a couple miles in this area. But it's just a quick way to ensure, that I'm not going to get lost. All I simply need to do is, I know, okay, I saw on the map. I didn't bring the map out with me. Ideally, that's what you want to do. But like I said, I know the area very well. But I'm just demonstrating. I know this main road runs this way, with this trail handrailing that main road. So all I had to do was walk. I walked to about center. That's where I'm sitting at about right now. Alright. Now I know, because I looked at the map and I studied it, that that river was where that river's right here. And I know it bends and comes out here. So there's no way I can't, if I walk this main road, I'm going to run into that river again. Alright. So I know I have a backstop. I know I have a permanent feature that I have right here. And then I have another backstop. I have that river. So that's completely locked in, okay? But what if I were to walk out here and get disoriented? I couldn't find the river. I couldn't find my road. I didn't know which way was which. You know, I talked before in my land nav video about shooting a back azimuth and shooting a panic azimuth. You know, that's all I have to do. Take my compass out. This is a free floating bezel, so it's going to automatically point to north for me. So I know what way I'm facing. I'm standing on this road, or on this trail, sorry, facing directly this way. Alright? North is going this way. Okay? No matter where I'm standing in this area, north is going to point that way. Okay? If I walk in 500 meters and walk to the left 800 meters, north is still going to point the same direction it's pointing. It's always going to point that way. Alright? So I know that I'm standing on this trail in the middle of it. I can sit here and I can shoot an azimuth. I'm just making a 90-degree turn from the trail facing in to the wilderness. Okay? That river is out that way. And that is a 60-degree, about a 60-degree heading. Okay? And 240 is my back azimuth, okay? You know, if I turn around and face the opposite direction I'm going, you know, two ways you can do it. You can just turn around and face the opposite direction and get 240. Or you can just, you know, since 60 is under 180, I can just add 180 and get 240. Okay, so now I know that if I'm walking anywhere in this area and I get disoriented and I really just want to get back to something I know, you know, if it gets dark and, you know, or if I just get disoriented and I just know, okay, I'm not going to panic. I'm going to whip out and find out what my panic azimuth was. I already know that from where I started, the river was 60 degrees. No matter where I stand on this road, from where I started, like I said, the highway crosses the river here, and then it keeps running down to this corner, and there's a bend. I know I'm in this area because I looked at the map and I studied it. I know I haven't crossed that river yet, and I know I haven't crossed back over this road. These are backstops. They're to let you know. Backstop is to let you know, okay, you've reached the end of your area as far as you want to go. I don't want to cross that river, but I want that. But that river is a backstop, so I know if I get to it, I know, okay, cool, I'm at my backstop, I'm at the edge of where I want to go. If I head back this way and I hit that main hardball road, it's the only hardball road. It's the only hardball road I'm going to hit. That's another backstop. Okay, I know I reached the, you know, the bottom side of my area that I'm walking in. Okay, so if you want, or if I'm in this area, no matter where I'm standing, if I hit 60 degrees, I'm going to run. If I walk 60 degrees with my compass, I'm going to hit that river. If I walk 240, I'm going to hit that road. Okay, that's the purpose of the back azimuth and the panic azimuth. I can stand anywhere on this trail and shoot it and get that same azimuth and then walk. And anywhere I'm in here, I can start here, I can start here, anywhere I go. If I shoot 240, it's going to walk me here. If I'm standing here and I shoot 240, it's going to walk me here. Alright, if I'm standing here and I shoot 60, it's going to walk me straight to that river. I have my little button compass on my EDC. I have my little button compass. It doesn't give me the degrees, it doesn't give me real detail headings, but I know I want to head that direction, so I can sit here and go, okay, it's almost northeast is the direction I want to go. So obviously southwest is the opposite way. So I know because I looked at the map, I know there's a river that over there that's going to encase this whole area. It's going to be a backstop. I know if I walk this way until I hit a river, I'll reach my backstop. It's the only river there. Alright? Or this river I know because I looked at the map, handrails that whole entire highway. So I know that between me and that highway I have two backstops. As long as I haven't crossed that main highway which would be recognizable. It's the only hardball or main road. And as long as I haven't crossed that river, I think I'd understand or realize I crossed that river. As long as I'm in that woods, in between those two backstops, those two boundaries, I know that if I whip out my compass and orient it and face northeast, I'm going to hit the river. And if I'm facing southwest, I'm going to hit the road. So, anyway, so I'm going to head on, walking my 60-degree azimuth. I'm going to bust the bush until I get to that trail that runs along the river, and then I'm going to walk back around, and I'll be shooting video and taking pictures along the way. So I did a little bit of a change of a plan. I know I just told you that I was going to head straight through the woods to hit that river, but you know, like I said, this area I'm in is a wildlife preserve, and what's not on the map is that they created a lot of wetlands in between that. So it was pretty nasty. It was a lot of low wet. Give a little bit of scenery. You don't want to stare at me, but a lot of low areas that they had filled up. They had little bird observation things on them, so they made a nice little habitat back here. So that was a little bit of a change of plan, but like I said, you know, I knew there was trails there. Nice little happy little hole right there. It's fresh too, markings all over the place. This is soft. I don't know if this is what they use to fill the area. It's got to be, but yeah, I got something living down in there. But you know, the trails are still there. So that's simply all I did, was just head back on my azimuth till I hit that trail, and walked around till I you know, continued on, and I'll wait till I hit the next trail and take that one down towards the river and walk along the bank of the river. And it's funny too, because I mentioned in that little clip earlier about how you got to take maps for what they are. It's just a picture that was done at some point in some time by the information that they had, you know, and you got to take it for what it's worth. I know a funny story. Like I said, I was stationed up at Fort Drum, New York, and that area up there is all flat land. It's all flat and barren, pretty much. And the beavers are like crazy out there. Beavers are all over the place, and of course, you know, beavers are very busy creatures, and they like to make their lakes and their ponds, and they change through season to season. So there's no way to update the maps, and they don't update the maps for beaver lakes and beaver ponds, which can get pretty big and pretty deep. And they're you know, in the Army trains and plans missions, training events ahead of time. Well, they went out there to plan this one training mission at springtime, and noticed that there was a nice area. They said, okay, yeah, cool, we're gonna fly in with helicopters, land here, everybody's gonna jump out and go do our thing. Well, throughout the course of the summer, beavers were very busy, and they built a lake there, and nobody bothered to go out there and check it. We flew out there at night, and the birds dropped us off in the middle of a pond, and that was quite amusing. But anyway, so yeah, that was just a funny story, getting dropped off in the middle of a beaver pond. So I'll be back.